Hello and welcome to the Teen Volunteer Orientation at the Anaheim Public Library Sunkist branch. So before we get started today, we need to go over the learning objectives of today's orientation so that you know where we're going and what we're going to cover. So by the end of the lesson, students should be able to, number one, understand the basic expectations of teen volunteering at the library. So this includes a bunch of different things, such as checking in with staff members upon arrival, which we'll go over why is that important and how does that let people know that you're there. Logging hours served in the appropriate volunteer log, and making sure to get the initials of a staff member before the end of their shift so that those hours are complete. Also, adhering to an assigned weekly shift schedule, or letting the library know ahead of time in the case that a shift cannot be covered. So we'll go through those things and why that's important. And we're also going to, by the end of this, you will understand the need to assist staff with programming. So this is going to be assistance in the form of preparation of materials for programs. So that could be anything like making samples, craft supplies. It can be like cutting out a bunch of panda heads. Like, you never know what it is. Sometimes it's, artistic. Sometimes it's, stamping things. But oftentimes staff is going to need your help. So we're going to go through all those different kind of ways that can manifest. Also, volunteers are going to assist staff with setup of programming. So, what does that entail? We'll go through that. Also, with assistance during the program itself. So maybe helping a staff member run a program, such as, distributing supplies, just kind of being another body in the room that can be helpful. We'll go through that. And then with cleanup of programs and program materials and why that's important. And then third, by the end of this, you will understand the expected behaviors and appropriate conduct expectations for teen volunteers. So what does that mean? It's going to include a lot of different things, but we'll talk about, why you need to wear your volunteer badge during your shift and how that protects you. Also, wearing closed-toed shoes, and I get to tell you about the reason that you absolutely need to do that and give you a fun story about crushing my own foot. And then, of course, engaging with library patrons and staff in a friendly and respectful manner, right? Why you need to be friendly. Engaging in expected work conduct and refraining from spending time on your phone and refraining from spending time hanging out with your friends. Those things are great, but they're not great during your shift, so we'll talk about that. And of course, developing a teamwork mindset to best support the library, meaning to feel like you're a part of the team and be comfortable to ask questions whenever you have them and know that there will be no judgment, only support for you. Okay, so moving on to our introduction for today. Teen volunteers are very important to the library, right? We need you. You are essential. So you are part of our staff. And this position is an opportunity to get service hours for school, but it's so much more than that, right? It's actually job experience. It's something that's going to give you a lot of skills that are going to help you later when you want to apply for jobs. Also, if you have any interest in library work, being a volunteer can actually be a great pathway into becoming an employee of the library, which is, a city job, so it pays well, and it can be flexible with your school hours as you go through high school and hopefully on to college. So today we're going to cover the basics and, what's expected so you know exactly what you need to do. We're going to go over what sections you need to shelve, show you those things, give a couple demonstrations of what's expected. And we're also going to have a little time to discuss different issues that you may face in the library, including we'll do a scenario exercise that's going to help you apply what you've learned today to a real world idea or a real world scenario of something that could happen or come about while you are volunteering.